Okay, guys, welcome. Ron Harris here with Ron Harris Muscle Channel. Please, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, help me out. Subscribe, like the video, share it, ring the bell, do all that good stuff. So 212 Olympia Judging just wrapped up a few minutes ago, and I grabbed a little bit of footage from the pay-per-view. So let's take a look, guys, because this was the first division that I really follow closely. I only follow 212 Classic and Open very closely, to be totally honest with you. So let's take a look. Here we go. This was your final call out. 4 guys, same top 4 that we had last year. No surprise. So last year we had Keone Pearson winning, Shaun Clarida in second, third place gentleman there on your right, Angel Calderon Frias, and fourth place gentleman on your left, Kareth Baggio from Connecticut. So it's definitely the same top 4. Will the order be the same? That's what remains to be seen. I'm going to go through this a couple times. So Shaun Clarida last year, a lot of people felt, and even I think Tyler Mannion said this in the recap a few days later, Monday morning, he came in a little too heavy, had some abdominal distension. It was hard for him to control his midsection. It was bulging out a little. So he was advised to show up a little bit tighter this time. He did come in lighter with a smaller, tighter waistline. Looks to me like he definitely gave up some fullness, some thickness. He doesn't look as big. Meanwhile, Keone Pearson, the reigning 212 Olympia champ, he came in bigger. And his condition is pretty much on par. We'll look at the back shots to get a better assessment of that, but I don't think his condition was that far behind Shaun. So the difference this time, Keone, a bigger version. Shaun had him on size last year. This time, I don't think that was the case. Here's the other call out from that, the other version of the final call out. They just shuffled Keone and Shaun around. They didn't move Angel. Angel stayed right there. Kareth stayed right there. And I apologize, I didn't grab second and third call outs or anything. I actually scrambled and bought the pay-per-view last minute, like a knucklehead. So let's take a look, guys. Side shots. Keone looks every bit. Keone looks bigger than Shaun, which last year I would never have said that. I heard Keone had added a little bit of weight. He's still well under the 212 limit. I believe he was 199 when he won it last year. He looks like he's a few pounds up. Shaun never has to worry about that. Look at the back shots. Clarida might have him a little bit on condition, but I believe he gave up some fullness. I think this is a flat Shaun Clarida to my eyes, based on the Shaun Clarida that I've seen over the years. He typically doesn't come in this flat. He's usually fuller. Things really popping. Look at him by himself in a minute. I did grab that off another stream. But let's finish up taking this. Side shots. Geez, they're both phenomenal. So I guess the question, it's hard to say here because Kareth and Angel are not next to each other, but I wonder if Angel's still going to maintain his third place or if Kareth's going to get past him. Angel looks really big and full, thick. Angel's actually won a couple open shows. He's competed as an open competitor about 10 pounds over the 212 limit with just as much condition. Looks fantastic, Angel. Let's go to Shaun for a minute before we go to your questions. So I grabbed this off another guy. This guy was actually live streaming at the same time on his channel, which you can't do that, guys. That's why the quality here looks a little crappy. So I sprung for the actual 4K pay-per-view, and that's the footage I'll be using all weekend. The only problem with that is you can't rewind the pay-per-view when it's on live. You have to wait till the judging's all over to try to go back and capture something. So if you miss screen capturing something, recording it as it's happening, you're screwed until it's all over. And YouTube moves very, very quickly. So, but you still get a good, even though the resolution here is not as crisp. Shaun brought the condition. He always does. I've never seen Clarida out of shape remotely. I just feel like he gave up a little bit of that freak factor. And that was what really set him apart from Keone. He was so much thicker and freakier than Keone. And I'll put the judging back on in a second. But Keone is catching up to him in overall size and thickness, which I didn't think was possible. He's not there yet. He's getting there, though. So let's go to some of your questions. Will you make it out this year? Okay, well, is this Larry? That's Larry, right? Is that you, Larry? Anyway, yeah, so up until now, all these years, I've had my airline tickets covered, my hotel covered, got a meal per diem. This year, I'm on my own. I didn't have any sponsors. I could have sprung for it. It would have been a pretty major expense. Would have been a couple $1,000, and I can cover it just as well from home. So nobody was paying my way to be there this year, as I've always had my trips covered because I was working for a company. I'm all alone. I'm all on my own for now, but that's going to change. But that's why I wasn't there, because I didn't want to pay for it. Bill Tulaf says yes. Okay. Keone destroyed that lineup. I'm shocked at how good he looked. Yeah. I mean, he's getting better and better. He's a young guy. What is Keone? How old is Keone? Let's take a look. I know I'm supposed to know everyone's ages off the top of my head. Keone Pearson, date of birth. I think he's 29. Keone Prodigy, profile and stats, date of birth. Come on, guys, help me out. February 1995. So yeah, he's 29. He will turn 30 in February. Young guy. Too wide for Clarida. Yeah, you know, we've talked about Keone having some of the greatest genetics that we've seen in years. This is why eventually he probably will go to Open eventually. He's got a perfect structure, nice wide clavicles. Clarida's clavicles are not that wide. You can see he's built a lot of muscle on top of his framework, but look at that V taper on Keone. He's a couple inches taller. He's just so wide. Look at that. That reminds me of like Lee Haney. He's been getting better and better. He's going to continue getting better and better. Lightweight, Keone for the win. Yeah, I would be. I mean, obviously they're going to rejudge. They have a confirmation round tonight at the finals, which is many hours away. But I don't see Shaun being able to do anything in this span of time to make up this difference that I'm seeing in front of me. I see Keone as a very, very clear winner. Shaun says Chandler will come smaller. Yeah, I mean, the judges told him. He was listening. He took the feedback, gave them what they wanted, but I think he overcorrected. I think he came in too much lighter. I don't know what he weighs. I don't know. Have no idea. But next to Keone, he looks small. And Shaun, despite, you know, aside from his shorter stature, he never looks small next to anyone. He's got a lot of thick, dense muscle. You can see there when he hits that shot, his clavicles are not very wide. He's just built so much mass on top of them that it almost creates the illusion of wider clavicles. But Keone actually has the wider clavicles. Paul Bartlett, Jr. or the third, IPB Pro. Keone is wrong. Clarida's downsized. Yeah, I feel for him because he did what they told him to do. They wanted a nice flat midsection. They didn't want any more abdominal distension from Clarida. He came back and delivered exactly on what they told him they wanted to see, and it backfired. Yeah, when you make it out there, Keone shape and structure is untouchable. Yeah, I mean, he's working with Patrick Tour. Condition was an issue with Keone in the past. It doesn't seem to be a problem anymore. Does he have that really dry, hard, grainy look? No, but he's got plenty of condition. Look at the side glute there. He's got plenty of condition. It's enough. You know, you don't have to be the most shredded guy up there if you have more of everything else. If you have all the other qualities, size, shape, symmetry, proportion, presentation, all that. Clarida looking very smaller. Yeah, Sumant, I agree. Yeah. And see, Michael, we'll never know if he could have come in a little bit larger than this and still had the same small, flat, tight midsection, or if he just way overcorrected. We don't know. I'm going to go to the other judging thing there. Mark says, I have Keone winning every shot except maybe the back double. Last year's close years. Literally amateur versus pro. Keone looks mind-blowing, especially in those HD pictures. Yeah, I always like to see the photos, especially the these professional photographs of the high resolution, because this is 4K and this still doesn't do these guys justice. When you see the photos, zooming in close, it's another It's a whole other level of appreciation that you gain. Here's that back shot that we were talking about. This is the one shot that Clarida probably still has him on, just because he's got more thickness, density, and muscle maturity in the back. He's got that thickness in the mid back. Keone still needs a little bit more of that. But overall, Keone's got this. He's got this. Let's see if it bears out in the rear lat. Because sometimes the rear lat, yeah, you could see Keone is much wider. He's just a much wider across the shoulders and the back from lat to lat. Clarida does have more thickness. Said he was too big and deformed. I don't think Clarida said he was deformed. Angel third place. Yeah, probably. He was third place last year. He looks pretty damn good. I like Kareth a lot. I'm a little biased towards Kareth because I know Kareth and, we talk. I like him a lot as a person. I don't know Angel at all, but I have to admit, Angel looks pretty crazy. He brought a great package, thick, dense, conditioned, everything you need. He's just not getting past these two guys. He's not getting past Keone and Shaun. Keone is a bigger version of Shaun tonight. Well, Keone's got much better shape, George. That's the thing is, shape is God-given. I remember Keone 6, 7 years ago. I want to say it was a 2017 Olympia. So we're talking about 7 years ago. That's when I think he made his debut at the Olympia in the classic physique Olympia, 4th place. I think he was about 170 pounds, 175 pounds. He was much, much smaller then, but you could see the shape and the structure. He looked phenomenal then, but he's a much, much larger version now. He's really filled out. Paul says, Clarida adults still shot up. They're still large. His whole body is down in size. Yeah, I try not to come down on guys who have the shot up delts only because I know pretty much everybody pins their delts. There's only so many places you can inject your gear, your glutes, your delts. I've been doing my TRT shots. I've been having my wife do them in my lats, my outer lats, because my glutes and delts are just so full of scar tissue already. I don't want to add to that. Hopefully he doesn't end up another victim of Matt Jansen. Oh, boy. Matt's been getting a lot of heat since that Nick Walker video last week. Paul, you should be very happy that they made a big deal, Tyler Mannion, of announcing ahead of time that they were going to penalize guys for stepping over the line. I know you have a real issue with guys stepping over the line and trying to out-angle, ron them, as we say. My name is a verb in New England anyway. Look, the video is clear. Saying he's going to come smaller. Yeah, because that's what they told. They told him they wanted him lighter. They told him Clarida needs Milos. No, Catherine, I don't think it's a matter of a coach. So what Milos excels at is helping guys add muscle mass. He is the guy who made Samson Dauda the mass. He's not a freak. He's not a monster. He's got a beautiful physique. But he's a 300-pound bodybuilder today on stage, Samson Dauda, mainly because of Milos. The 3 years, I believe it was, they worked together, he put on something like 25 pounds of tissue on that guy. Contest, stage weight. Clarida doesn't need. He had the muscle. He had the mass. He just intentionally downsized in an effort to showcase a smaller midsection, and it backfired on him. It really backfired. Is he not 31? Thomas, if you're talking about Keone, he is 29. He will turn 30 years of age in February. I usually know how old the younger guys are because I have a daughter who just turned 30 back in April. So, I know Bumstead's a year younger than her. Bumstead will turn 30 in, I think it's January or February of next year. Ruffin, I think, is the same age as my daughter, Marisa. I think he's 29 or 30. I'm sorry. Good point, Kat. Keone should rival Derek Lunsford. Eventually, I would not say that now. I think he would need more mass. So let's say, I'm going to take a guess. So if you guys know what he weighs, if he's announced anywhere, because I don't follow everyone's Instagram perfectly as I should. So let's say he was 199 last year. Let's say he's 205, 207 this year. He's definitely up a few pounds. You can tell by looking at him, he's bigger. I think he would need to do what Lunsford did and grow out of the division completely to be a really a threat in the open class, which I don't think is impossible. I think so. If he's, let's say he's 207 or something here at 220, I think Keone Pearson would be a top 5 Mr. Olympia guy. Keone is taller, LOL. Yeah, Shaun says he's 5'2". Let's take him at his word. So Keone's probably, if you look head to head there, he's probably about 5'6", Keone. Keone for the win, Arlette. Yep. Looks that way. Unpopular opinion, but to me, Keone is a prettier physique than Lee Haney. Well, no, I mean, Lee Haney had a great physique. It was very aesthetic. It flowed, but Keone's prettier. I mean, I don't think anybody would argue that Flex Wheeler had a prettier physique than Lee Haney or Ronnie Coleman or Dorian Yates or even Kevin Leverone, who had a very aesthetically pleasing physique. But Flex Wheeler was one of the most, if not the most aesthetically pleasing physique of all time. We never saw anything like that. Yeah, we saw smaller versions like a Frank Zane or Muhammad Makawe, guys like that, Samir Banu, but they were much, much smaller guys. I would put Keone up in that category of one of the most aesthetically pleasing physiques ever, now that he's filled it out. And I think a few more pounds, and good Lord. South African guy, top 6 collars, like a mini Nexilla. Yeah, I'm bummed that I didn't get that. I'm looking at the judge. I have the stream up on another screen in there. You can't rewind on it until the judging is all done, and they have to get through. What are they on now? I think they're on figure. They still have to get through wellness, and then I think it'll be available for rewatch, and I can rewind and do stuff like that. But I won't screw that up again. Yo, Ron, what's up? Blue and G. My beats. Easy win for Keone, too superior. Keone's lack of shoulder striations offends me. Whoa, Black Betty. Wham-a-lam. That's your screen name. Yeah, I would like to see some more striations. That's I don't want to say it's because he doesn't. It's because he pins. He pins the shoulders. No, I don't know. I don't know that for sure. I'm wondering if it's something that we could see more of in photos. So I'll actually go to his IG in a second to see. I'm curious if Keone's got any better pictures on his Instagram where you can really appreciate the condition. That posing video doesn't look great that he put up. Yeah. I mean, sometimes when they don't have the shoulder striations, yeah, it's because they've been pinning their delts. And there's a blurriness from the inflammation, which, sometimes they look completely shiny. There's not one line in the delts. Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing with Lunsford. I love his physique. What I wish he had, and we're going to see tonight if he does, is that level of muscle maturity, detail striations across the shoulders, the chest, the arms, the way Hadi Choopan has. So nobody's got everything. Nobody's perfect. But if Clarida had that, not Clarida, if Lunsford had that, I don't think it would even be close between him and Hadi. Shaun is too small. He must put on more weight, but watch the stomach. Well, he had more weight, George. He took off the weight intentionally, seeing if coming in lighter would really bring in that midsection smaller and tighter, because Keone's got that natural V taper. He's just so wide up top, and he's got real narrow waist and hips. He is a few inches taller, which helps with the V taper too. Look at that V taper on Keone right there. Thomas Dietz, Keone's one of the best front biceps. Yeah, that's a killer shot for him, that frontal bicep. This front lat, look at that. That's amazing too. Yeah, as good as his legs are, I'd still want to see a little bit more quad on Keone, a little bit more. I'm being very, very picky here, finicky, but he's got such an amazing physique, and I know it's still a work in progress. I know that he's nowhere near done yet. I know he can keep improving. Lunsford buys from years ago could be a future Open Mr. O. I would not say that's impossible for 1 minute. Not at all. He needs to thicken up that mid back. A little more overall mass. Calves are pretty bad, but oh well. No one up there's got great calves. Yeah, I could see him with another, let's say, 15 pounds, which is going to take him a while. I see him probably holding on to this 212 title for 2-3 more years, and then at that point, maybe growing out of the class, where it's going to be a struggle for him to get to 212 after maybe a couple wins where he really had to suffer and struggle to get down to 212, and his body just wants to grow, because he is 29 years old. This is a young guy. He's not even 30 yet, guys. That's when I could see him moving up. This division must be removed immediately. Oh, come on, Paul. How dare you? You know, you would say that because you're what, 6'1", 6'2"? Of course you're going to be a little biased against us vertically challenged folks. We don't like the M word, midget. We don't like that word, just so you know. Keone can beat Derek. I swear. I don't know if he could beat him now. I don't think he could beat him now. I think Derek's got good shape. Keone's got better shape, but Derek has so much more mass than Keone right now. I think she's disagreeing with you. You have Clarida winning. Wow, Alex. You're the only one. Why? Because you hate Keone's midsection. If it weren't for the vacuum, you'd be in trouble. He doesn't have the greatest abdominal development. You're right. Keone was a little drier. Perfect scores. Yeah. I mean, this is the best condition I've ever seen him in. It's a little better than last year. I still think his condition has a little bit room for improvement. He could get into better condition. But again, he's getting better and better every year. I think the condition's been getting steadily better. This is second year, I believe, he's working with Patrick Tour, and they've been making excellent progress in a lot of areas. I don't like the vacuum. I wish they would stop doing it. Well, I don't know. That's more of a classic thing. I meant that black guy next to Keone. That's Kareth Bajo built to left. That's Kareth on the left. Maybe I should go back to the other. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, unfortunately I messed up and I didn't get the call out with those two next to each other. So we don't really see Kareth there on the left and Angel. You can see that Angel's a much thicker guy. He's thicker for sure. He's shorter, and I believe they're both 212 on the dot. But Kareth is probably a couple inches taller than Angel. Okay, Keone, Mark says, is 205. Last year was 199. Oh, great. Appreciate this, Mark. Appreciate the update. So he is up 6 pounds. 6 pounds of stage weight on anybody is good, but these are shorter guys too. Remember, Keone's probably about 5. Yeah, let's give him 5'6", but he might be 5'5". I think he's 5'5". 6 pounds on a guy of that height is a significant improvement. Shaun is 175. 30 pounds difference between them. Yeah, Shaun's also a good 3 inches shorter, it looks like. So Shaun's never been more than, I think he was about 181 or 182 when he won the title. Was that the same year he did Legion? I think it was. And he won that as an open, beating Regan Grimes and Sergio Oliva Jr., who had 50, 60, no more. What am I saying? He was about 180, 181 or something. And I think Regan was 265 and Sergio was like 275. Great news that they'll be cracking down on cheating the line. Yeah, I guess that is cheating. Which mass think Keone said if he moves to open? I think he needs another. If he's 205, I think he needs to be 220 to 225. So let's say 220. Let's not be ridiculous. 15 more pounds. That's a lot more muscle. And I don't see him doing that anytime soon. I see him staying in this division and probably ruling this 212 division for another 2 or 3 years. Eventually, he will continue growing. He's not even 30 yet. He's 29 years old. I do see a time in a couple of years when his body wants to grow the way Lunsford's wanted to grow. And it's going to be very, very hard for him to get down to 212. He's going to really suffer and probably look flatter. At that point, that's when he moves to open. But I think we're probably about 3 years away from that, if I had to guess. So I think Nick should compete anywhere, regardless of me. Well, Devin, it really depends on how off he was. So when we saw him in that video that was posted last Saturday morning talking with his coach, Matt Jensen, I think he had been already way off his diet for at least a week, if not a couple weeks. He had rebounded. He looked very bloated, puffy, watery. I don't know what he was looking like before that. He wasn't posting any updates with his shirt off. Everything had like a T-shirt on. He was showing some leg shots. He wasn't in horrible condition, but you couldn't really gauge the condition because he wasn't showing anything. And that's a guy that always had updates, videos and pictures in shorts, posing. He loved to give us sneak previews, and this time he wasn't doing that. So I was suspicious for a while that something was up, and sure enough. But if he's looking as bad as I think he was, and I don't know why, but if he was looking that bad, then I don't think he should have competed. but should he be penalized? I mean, these guys signed a contract for the Olympia. Why do we have a contract for them to sign if they're not going to punish them for breaking a contract? There's a clause in the contract, there was in the years past, that the only way out of the contract, the only way that they could get out of the contract was a medical excuse, like an injury or a serious illness that a doctor would sign off on. Nick didn't have that. He didn't have any medical excuse. He didn't like the way he was looking. His coach didn't like the way he was looking. They felt severe lack of confidence that he was going to place well based on the way he was looking. And they decided, rather than humiliate him, everybody would have talked so much crap. If he got on stage looking awful, and let's say he placed last, which I think is a very real possibility. There's only 14 guys in the show. So for a guy that had been third place a couple of years ago and a guy that's won the Arnold Classic, for him to place dead last in the Olympia, it wouldn't have ended his career, but it wouldn't have looked good. Thoughts on Giuseppe for Keone? I didn't see him, Brian. I'm sorry. I'm going to pay much more attention tonight and tape things. I'm a fan of the guy. I have seen him compete before. I think I saw him in New York. He looks pretty damn great. I'm a fan of the guy. Keone found his formula. Do we have him on? Maybe he's got his Instagram. Let me see if he's got anything up on his Instagram. It's only fair. Because I feel awful that I didn't tape the guy. Zagarella, FBB Pro. Does he have anything up? Looking to see if he has any footage from the show up. I doubt that. No, but what the heck? I'll show him. I'll show him for a second. What the heck? Brand. I'll give this guy a little bit of love. No, I don't want to invite anybody. I want to present, share screen, Instagram. All right, so I missed getting some footage of him, but this is Italy's Christian Zagarella. He looks amazing. Great muscle quality on this guy. Some posing 2 days ago in his hotel room. I'd like to see a little more upper chest on him, but I'm very, very picky. But great physique on this guy. Great physique. This was a long time. Oh, 212 bodybuilding winner. That was some other show. Yeah, he looks great. He's a Team Stone guy, Mauro Sassi. Mauro's an excellent coach based out of Italy. Coaches a lot of the best Italian pros. All right, let's go back. All right, back to your comments, guys. Keone found his formula. He can be multiple time 212. Yeah, I see him holding on to this for a while. Not to say that there's no one right now that couldn't beat him. I mean, we got young guys coming up the ranks who are getting better and better all the time. So certainly somebody could challenge him and defeat him eventually. Nobody's unbeatable forever, but I don't see anyone right now that's going to stop Keone from winning for a while. I see him winning for a while. I think Nasser, he's so good. He's great. I didn't get any footage of him though. My bad. Scary. I will get more tonight, guys. Sorry about that. Scary thing is still another plus 5 years to Keone. Yeah, Keone is only 29 years old. I think when he's 34, 35, I believe at that point he's going to be an open Mr. Olympia contender. He'll be a top 5, maybe top 3 Mr. Olympia contender. Keone for the win? Absolutely. Where would this Keone place an open? I think he'd get outsized. I think he could still probably, based on the shape and structure and all that, I still think he would probably be around 9th or 10th place. But I mean, think about who he's up against. Jeez, there's my Mr. Olympia list. You got Derek, Hadi, Samson, Andrew, Brandon, Nick's out, Hunter, Rafael Brandeo, Akin, Foda, Fitzwater, Bonac. It's a lot of great guys up at there, but I think he'd be somewhere around 7th to 10th if I had to guess. Flex Wheeler at 11 o'clock. He was not more aesthetically pleasing than Lee Haney. Well, that's a matter of opinion. Soul Sergeant Tyrone, right? I believe that's a matter of opinion. I found Flex Wheeler to be more aesthetically pleasing than Lee. I did. A lot of people did. You don't? It's a matter of opinion. Keone destroys Clarida. Wow. We sort of weak shot Koreans. The ab and thigh, his back double improved drastically. Yeah. Ab and thigh, because he hits that vacuum. We'll see that in a second. Will these organizers ever learn too many dark colors in the background, putting the black guys at a disadvantage? Well, the problem with when you have, if there's too much, if you've ever studied photography or videography, you know, if it's really white in the back, really light in the background, sometimes the cameras will focus on that, and you get blurriness with the actual subjects in the foreground. So you don't want a bunch of bright moving color, because you know these are video screens, right? So yeah, there's his ab and thigh. He's not really hitting an ab and thigh. He's hitting like a side serratus shot. He doesn't really hit the traditional ab and thigh. Thank you, Chunk Iron Chest. Thanks for watching. Built to laugh. Samson looks soft. The press conference. Yeah, I mean, I know the it wasn't the greatest footage. Even the stream didn't look that great, but he looked really soft to me. And Samson definitely seems to have injured, if not torn partially. I think it looks to me like he's got a partial tear on his left bicep. It's smaller than the other one. It looks bruised. I don't know what the heck happened. Keone cannot be aesthetic fluid today. Diastasis in the abs. So that's when the abdominal rows from right to left have a space in the middle. Yeah, Lee destroys him there alone. Luckily, Lee's not competing anymore. I disagree. Soles might have been narrow, but far better legs and abs. 93 flex had crumple, if not better V taper. Yeah, I thought flex in 93, the Arnold Classic. I thought he even looked pretty damn good at the Olympia that year when he took second. Not quite as good as at the Arnold, but it was close. It was very close. It was a hell of a looks. Second place to Dorian Yates in your first Mr. Olympia appearance. And that was the best Dorian we ever saw, the 93 version, I believe. Whoa, Black Betty. Yeah, that's another guy. The site injections have ruined the sport. It's so obvious. I don't think these are site injections. I think what we're just seeing is this is where they put their gear. Glutes, delts are the two main spots people put their shots in. They pin. Yeah, Keone does not hit an ab and thigh. Doesn't hit a regular ab and thigh. Let's go back to the other one. You can arguably Labrada look more complete, prettier than Haney, yet flex smoke Labrada aesthetically. Yeah, well, Labrada was so much smaller than Haney. I was a huge Labrada fan, but now that I go back and I look, Lee had a pretty weak back, and Haney had one of the greatest backs that had ever been seen at that time. So I think even like 1990, when the year they drug tested, Labrada looked pretty close to how he usually looked, and Haney was way off. I still think, based on that, the size differential in the back shots, I could see why they gave it to Lee. If you want to salute a guy from narrow joints and low lats, you also have to look at the abs. Ronnie got shit on constantly for this. Yeah, Ronnie Coleman's abs were not good. They weren't. Keone has gyno, and Angel has oil in his delts and pecs. Does he have it in his pecs too? Now I got to look at that. Huh. I didn't know that. Shaun looking very sharp. Yeah, he came in conditioned. Controls midsection urinary transit. Well, he's doing a much better job at Mr. M this year than he did last year, because last year it was bulging out. It looked like you can see it pop out a little bit, but it's a lot smaller because he came in smaller. Have to have a thigh lit going, but yeah, I mean, he's getting tired. They were working, these guys. The final call out is they already had, this is the last call out. They already got called out about, let's say about 8 minutes before this, and they had to do all this before. Then they get a little break as they did the second and third call out guys, and then they brought them back and they had to do it all over again. So yeah, there's no excuse, but you need to stay tight. I think Keone would do well and open like Derek. Yeah, with more size, Fast Times. With more size. He's not there yet. He needs more. I said 15 pounds. Let's say 10 to 15 more pounds. He's 205 now, but I don't think he would make a real impact, a strong impact in the open until he's added about 15 pounds, and he'd be about 220 on stage, because Lunsford was 212 when he won his, he only won once, the 212 Olympia. And he came back the next year at about 225, 230. And that's, you saw, he got second place in his first Olympia. And he was defeated only by the great Hadi Chupin. Moses parted Keone's abs. Whoa, Black Betty. That's rough. Yeah, there's, unfortunately, the way our abs are structured is 100% genetic. That's why some people have a 6-pack, some people have a 4-pack. Some people have an 8-pack. My friend Matt Pooley has an 8-pack. Yeah, let me just tell Jen. Jen's messaging me. Keone would be, I know they're right next to each other on the keyboard. Keone would be top 3 in the Open. Not now, he wouldn't. No, not with this. He'd need to be bigger. This Keone would not be top 3 tonight at the Mr. Olympia. No. Shaun's great too. It's more that Keone is on a different level. Best overall. He's probably got the best shape. Although I think when we see the classic guys tomorrow, you're going to see some pretty crazy shape too. How big do you think Keone can be without losing his lines? Yeah, Wheeler went from, so Flex won the Arnold Classic in 93 at 216. And by the time he was, challenging Ronnie Coleman toward the end of his career for the Mr. Olympia title, he was over 250. So he put on a lot of size. Keone doesn't need to put that much more size on, Thomas. I think I've said this a bunch of times in the past few minutes. 15 pounds, 220. He's 205 right now. At 220, 225. Let's say 220 on the dot. With as long as he can keep his midsection small the way it is right now, that's when I think he's going to kick some ass. Keone. Great Thomas. Keone's fantastic for his lines, chasing shape. Size. I don't think he would do that. I don't think he's been adding size very, very gradually. Nick should have said some ninjas attack. Ha ha ha. The ninja story only works once, unfortunately. Nick should have gone for classics. You talking about Nick Walker as better classic? That's you're being facetious there. You're being sarcastic. Clarida big calves. No. No, Howard. I found so often that calves just really don't matter. They don't. I've never seen a contest ever come down to somebody had better calves than the other guy. It's a total package. Most of the guys with great calves that I've ever seen didn't have the best overall physique. So late Mike Matarazzo never won a pro show. Eric Fankhauser never won a pro show. Ben Pekulski, did he? I don't think Ben ever won a pro show. They placed very highly sometimes, but none of them ever won a show. Whole point of Mr. Olympia is see Nick Walker looks. He's got a lot of fans, and a lot of people wanted to see him this year. So a lot of people are. Yeah, he let us down. A lot of us did. I wanted to see him. I wanted to see him with this improved Samson, this improved Andrew Jacked, because he hadn't been on Olympia stage for 2 years, and now so he missed 2023 and 24. So now the next time Nick Walker stands on Olympia stage, if he makes it to next year, it'll have been 3 years since he was on Olympia stage. 3 years is a long time in bodybuilding. This is like dog years in our sports. Ashley Jones, old school back. Old school back like I remember. Who's Ashley Jones? I don't know who you're talking about. If they rip Heidi off and Derek looks underwhelming, I hope Nick Walker comes out with a steel chair. Steel chair would be a pro wrestling move. Is that your wife? I don't know. And wins. Yeah, well. The one time Vince McMahon tried to make pro bodybuilding as entertaining as pro wrestling, it flopped. That was the WBF, World Bodybuilding Federation. That my wife in the picture behind me? How can you see that? But yeah, that is my wife. Yeah. I wouldn't put a picture of me with another woman up on my wall. I don't think my wife would go for that. Ron has many wives. No, I've had the same wife for 34 years. Yeah, we got married the same day that Mike Matarazzo won the USA, June 29th, 1991. Yeah, wow, it's been a while. Many wives. Paul, I'm not a Mormon, and I'm not a Muslim living in one of those countries. We can have multiple wives, easily. I think last year the judges preferring more shape to conditioning because clearly Shaun's most conditioned one, Keone's lesser conditioned. I don't think it's a matter of shape over conditioning. It's a total package contest. So they're looking at shape along with structure, size, condition, symmetry. You're not supposed to have one arm or leg much bigger than the other one. Right and left is supposed to match. You're supposed to be proportionate from top to bottom, front to back. Everything's supposed to be equally developed, theoretically. So conditioning, sometimes some guys have the greatest conditioning, but they're lacking in other areas. It's the person who has the best combination of the attributes. That's theoretically who wins. Keone, the next Mr. Olympia. It's going to be going to obliterate the competition. He's really impressive. Keone will pull off Flex Lewis streak if he wants. It's possible. I don't see anyone right now that I see threatening him from winning this a few more times. I don't. Keone destroys Flex Lewis. Is this live? No, Andrew, this was about an hour ago at this point. That was from the pay-per-view, which I just got. What are they doing now? They're doing, I'm looking at the pay-per-view on another screen. Is that figure? No, that's women's physique, I think. I can't even tell. They're posing and they have no shoes on, so I think that's women's physique. Yeah. Okay, we're back. Samson fourth at best. Based on what I saw at that press conference, which was not much because he just took his shirt off and the lighting wasn't great. He didn't look good. I don't even know if I have him in the top 5 based on that. But we have to see what he looks like tonight. Paul, said, can't Keone just hop in the open now? Somebody just do this, like win a category or right up? Well, he could. Keone can enter the open only if he qualifies. He has to win an open show. So Olympia champions are always allowed to compete in the Olympia, but only in the division that they won. So Keone could take 5 years off. He could not compete for whatever reason for 5 years. And 5 years from now, he could come back and say, I'm doing the Olympia again. And he is qualified for life to do the 212 Olympia. The Mr. Olympia, you have to win an open show or be top 3. Then you're qualified for the following year. Or you can get a special invite in some circumstances. Like Derek Lunsford got a special invite. Big Ramy got a special invite the year that he won. Keone's taking the CD. Barney Abstai's taking all shots. Yeah. Raymond Jones. Keone touched Shaun. No way he plays first now. Well, he didn't like smack him or anything. It was purely innocent. Oh, there's Jen. What's up, Jen? Jen Gerisi, how are you? Kareth looks like he can move in a second. I think Keone will repeat. I don't think Kareth's getting ahead of Shaun, Jen. I don't see that. Kareth's very good, but he's not. Even a downside Shaun Clarida still beats Keone Baggio. Keone's Delta's the most muscular. LOL, Jesus Christ. Is that a good? You saying that in a good way or a bad way? Happy Olympia weekend. What's up, Jen? Happy Olympia weekend, Jen. Jen, welcome back. Great, Jen. Kareth's right there with Clarida. I don't think Clarida blows him away or humiliates him or anything, but I still think Clarida is the better bodybuilder right now. Look at the back shot difference between the two. Where do I have Angel? The worst of the top 4. I think Kareth might get ahead of him this year, but it's hard to say. I want to see them next to each other, and I missed it because I was scrambling to do something else. I was paying so much more attention just to Keone versus Shaun. This version of Keone's best 212 physique ever without question. Well, we've only had we had Flex Lewis was the winner for all those years, 7 years in a row. We had Kamal Garni. Who else won? Clarida. We haven't had that many 212 champs. I've heard the argument previously about other 212 guys stepped open, yet they all made impact in their shows. Yeah, well, they all got bigger. Bonac, Angel, even Angel, when he goes to 212, when he goes to the open, he's not 212. He fills out with another 10 pounds. This is as big as Keone can be right now. He needs a little time to grow. He's not there yet. Derek was not 212 pounds when he moved up to the open. He was like 225. I think when Keone grows and puts this a little bit more mass on, yeah, he's definitely a possibility. Zagarello's one of Miguel's favorites. Yeah, he's very good. When start open, I was waiting for someone to ask that. Shikalkamuka. Open is still, so that's going to be tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific, USA, 9 p.m. Eastern in the USA. And I don't know where you are in the world, but so that's like 9 p.m. where I am is 2 a.m. in the United Kingdom. And if you're way over in the Middle East, or India or something like that, or Africa, it's even later. It's much later for you, I'm sure. So it's many hours away, the open. Yeah. So it starts 9 p.m. Eastern. If you can convert Eastern Standard Time in the USA to wherever it is you are in the world, I'm taking a wild guess that you're not in the USA. That's when you can watch it. Zagarella for the win. No, come on now. Ashley Jones, a Ms. Olympia competitor. Is that what's up now? Yeah. I think they're doing the third at best is pretty damn good, Raymond, considering the other two guys are Olympia champs. Keone, the reigning champ, and Shaun, the previous champ. If Kareth moves up to third, he's been like I think 8th place, 7th place. He's come up the ranks. He's doing better and better. Who interviewed her? I think you get the name wrong, Alberto. I think you have the name wrong. Ashley Jones. Is that what you're saying? I didn't interview Ashley Jones. Not recently. I don't. The name doesn't even sound familiar. Sure you got the name right? Andrew will be 3rd. Sampson 4th. Maybe. Sampson's one question top 4. Is Gyno at the press conference being more pronounced when I called him up for it in your last live? I don't think his Gyno got that bad that quickly. You think it did? Palumber. Yeah. Okay, well, I didn't interview her. I'm not there. Top Cine back up there. Who are you talking about? You're talking about some of the Ms. Olympia. I don't even know who you're talking about. I'm sorry. Because we're not talking about that right now. Maybe that's why. Who are you? Ashley Jones. Yeah, I don't follow the Ms. Olympia as well as I should. There's Mr. Giles. Keone all day. Shaun Ray was 198. Shaun never won the Olympia. What? You talking about when he won the Nationals, Paul? You smoking that funny stuff? I've smoked my share, don't worry. But no, Shaun Ray has never won the Olympia. Wasn't feeling carrot this time. And Keone first, torn between Claire and Calderon for second. Wow. Wow. You would put Angel ahead of Clarida? I don't know about that, Giles. I'm looking at them now, and he looks a lot bigger than Shaun. He's a lot wider. Yeah. Shaun really came in down. He looks a lot smaller. In India, open prejudging starts at 6 a.m. Wow, that's late or early. Carrots might get 4 if I have them lower. Yeah, you said that. I saw in the group chat that I wasn't really responding to because I was doing this. Man, just talking all time low. Jeez. Cool thing about living in Las Vegas, I ran into quite a few compared to Walmart. Plus, I live across the street from Strength Culture. Yeah, Shaun Ray won the Olympia. I don't know what year that was. Apparently, Shaun got second a couple times. Got second to Dorian Yates. But he never got, was it 94 and 96? Those are the years he was second, I think it was. But no, Shaun Ray never won the Olympia. Streets are anabolic now. Dave Palumbo's house got hit by the hurricane. Heidi's going to be tighter than a virgin. I'm glad you didn't make like a 40 virgins joke. Did Jaws 1980? Oh, okay. It's some people believe that he was robbed that year of the Olympia win. Okay. Shaun Ray never won the Olympia. No, he never did. Flex Wheeler never won the Olympia. Kevin Levrone never won the Olympia. I wasn't expecting him to look that sharp in the back. 94. Yeah. Keone sharper bigger than last year with the same crazy shape. Yeah, I mean, when the reigning champ comes back better, what do? It's very hard to beat. It's very hard to beat. Confirming what I just said. Yeah. For once, I got it right. 94, 96. Both to Dorian. Shaun was always second best Dorian, always whining because of that. Well, Rupesh, when one guy's keeping you from winning the Olympia and you and your heart of hearts feel that you should be winning the Olympia, I can see it. Mike Cox is drinking the Keone Kool-Aid. Mike, I'm glad you are safe, sound. You have electricity. You have internet over there in the Tampa area. They got hit hard by Milton, Hurricane Milton. So I believe you should have won well. It was robbed in 94. Yeah, I did a whole video about it. I don't think it's a matter of him controlling his abs, Warhammer. That separation you see, that's just genetic. There's a space between the left and the right sides of his abs. There's nothing he can do about it. It's 100% genetic. The blue suits have arrived. It's live. Hit the like button. Yes. Thank you, Warhammer. Thank you. And if you guys want to share it, which is easy, there's a share button. That would help me out too. All these things help. Like, subscribe, share, all that great stuff. Thank you. Appreciate that. Shaun Clarida is 175. Condition with small. Yeah, that's like 5 pounds off his best, 5 or 6 pounds. Makes a massive difference on a guy who's only 5'1" or 5'2". Massive difference. Mike says that hurricane was scary as F. Yeah, I bet, dude. I saw some of the videos. We're all getting old. Nobody's getting younger. Nobody's Benjamin Button. Keone matures. Look out, he looked amazing. Yeah. Give Keone 4 or 5 more years. He turns 30 in February of 2025. Give Keone 4 or 5 years. I'd see him as Mr. Olympia. If nothing crazy, if his health, he stays injury free, maintains his health, I could see Keone at 225 as a Mr. Olympia champ. I could see that. 225, 230. I mean, Derek did it. Hottie did it. They all moved up from open and became Mr. Olympia. Keone's got way better shape than either of those. Yeah, those don't sound ridiculous. Pregnant women get it. What joke was for pregnant women? There's not too many pregnant women watching this right now. His best Shaun can't beat Shaun. Keone's too gifted. The ab genetics are one of the worst I've seen on Keone. Well, he can't have everything. No, even like Ronnie had bad. Ronnie Coleman's abs were not good. Ronnie had the same issue with the abs. That is it linea arborea? Oh, I think what Paul Barnett's making reference to is during pregnancy, women's abs, they shift apart. They break apart as their stomach expands. And a lot of the time it never goes back. It stays, they stay with that space in between. Yeah. Separation. No, there's nothing he can do about that, Paul. There's nothing he can do about that. It's going to be Mr. O, 225 look massive. That's coming. Paul, do pregnant women get that surgically corrected? I wasn't aware that they did, but I could be wrong. So repeat for Keone. Please, no more short mistakes. How dare you, Giles? How dare you? I resemble that remark just because you're 6 foot. What'd you do to become 6 foot? Nothing. I give tall men as much credit as I do giraffes. They didn't earn that height. It was just given to them by God. Yeah. For some reason, some of the best genetics of all time had poor ab genetics. Ronnie, Lee Haney, Keone. Yeah, obviously there's some exceptions. But yeah, nobody has everything. Clarida legs are gone. He's flat. This is a flatter, smaller looking Clarida than I think I've ever seen. He really went for a lighter look, a streamlined look to bring the midsection in, and I don't think it helped him out. I think it hurt him. If he flexes abs, they become more pronounced. Without flex, they become non-existent. Ask Palumbo, flexor, pull them together. Understitching. There you go. That's the word I could not remember. Diastasis. That's a big word. Synthol leaking from Samson's. What? I don't know, but one of his arms definitely looks messed up. That his left bicep looks like he tore it. Well, Rupesh, they come on tomorrow, so we can't have an opinion on them because we haven't seen them yet. But tomorrow we do have judging for Classic, and I'm going to do a much better job capturing the footage. But of course, tonight I'll have the finals for 212. I'll do a video for that, and I will do a video of the Mr. Olympia judging. It's going to be a late night for me, and I don't know if Giles is daring to stay up. It's going to be a super late night for you people in Europe and other parts of the world. Thoughts on Samson, guys? Looks soft to me. Yeah, he didn't look great. Lucky to be fourth. Talking about Samson. Still mixing the cement. Fourth top Samson. Going to be sharper in France. Andrew probably beat him. Martin might even beat him. No joke. If he's way off, yeah, he should. If anybody's way off, they deserve to get beat. You know, you got to bring condition to the Mr. Olympia stage. You have to. This is the best contest in the world. This is our toughest show. The #1 title. You better bring your A game. Nick out, Shaun flat. Does Jensen's stock drop? It's just one show. All it takes is for someone to have clients win a couple more shows, and they're back on top. So you got the Arnold Classic coming up in a few months. If one of Matt's clients wins that, if he wins the Pittsburgh Pro, the new big show, $100,000 first prize, I'm pretty sure Nick Walker will do that. He'll do the Pittsburgh Pro show because he needs to sort of save face, and no better way to do it than to do that show. Samson looks soft. Those arm belts have zero details and oily. Massage gun. I keep telling my son we need to do Theragun, but he's too lazy. My back's killing me. Huge mistake posing to Fuad's tune. Did Fuad coerce him in any way into taking his shirt off? I'm not aware of that. I think that was Samson's call. I don't know. Derek, Hottie, Andrew Samson. Yeah, we'll find out in about, 12 hours? 10 hours? He shouldn't have done France. He got to Vegas on Monday after not sleeping for 24 hours. Yeah, Giles. So someone said I blamed Hostile and Fuad for that, which I didn't. On our Power Hour, which is up on this channel, if you guys haven't checked it out, our Olympia predictions, we were talking about that, and I said he had a sponsor, Hostile. So what I meant by that was Hostile would have paid if Samson had wanted to come out a month before the show. I have no doubt in my mind Fuad would have signed off on that check, said, "You got it, bro. You got it, Samson. You want to be there for 4 weeks? I'll put you up in a nice apartment, kitchen, get you a car, whatever you need. I got you, bro. I'm sure he would have done all that. But Samson likes to be in his own environment, which I totally understand. Wanting to be in your own home, your own gym, just in your environment as long as possible. But going 24 hours without sleep and international travel, it's a long trip from UK to Las Vegas. Hopefully it doesn't impact him. This is what pregnant women get. Yeah, whoa, Black Betty. That's when the abs stretch apart as their stomach expands with this human being inside of it especially that third trimester when they're really big. The abs split apart, and with a lot of them, it never goes back to normal. It stays like that. It never goes back to their original ab structure. Why did Samson do France? Makes no sense. Well, I'm sure he said it on Fouad's podcast, which I don't watch, not out of spite. I have nothing against Fouad or Hostile or any of that. I'm so self-absorbed with making my own videos and training my son and training with my wife and eating and cooking and all that crap that I don't watch a lot of podcasts. So, but I think he just did it for another win. Picked up $20,000? He probably got a bonus from Hostile, and it was a good test run for him and Marlena, because I believe that was their first full prep together as a pro, I think. Anyway, since he left Milos, that was their first full prep with his wife Marlena coaching him, prepping him. And they probably tried out a couple different things for peaking in France and took notes on what worked well, what didn't work well. That's my guess. It was sort of like a test run, a warm-up. Once he seems at night. Yeah, I mean, if Mark, I'll tell you, sometimes people think I'm a Samson hater. Not at all. I'm just very picky about condition. If he had that condition, the way Ronnie Coleman looked in 98 and 99, and when he won the Arnold in, I think it was 2001, it's lights out. Samson's Mr. Olympia. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. So, what's this? How do I get all these crappy notifications out of here? Come on. Okay, X out of that. Exactly. To win what? 15K? I think it was 20K. And, I assumed that he was getting matching funds from Hostile. Matt, the manager, in a comment on one of the posts said, no, not necessarily. That's not a standard thing in contracts that they match your winnings. A lot of these companies will do that, and some of them will give bonuses if you win a pro show, but matching winnings is not a standard practice for everybody from supplement sponsors. Tall guys look like stick bugs when naked. Oh, God. Now we're talking about penises? Oh, boy. Well, what if there's like a 6'3" guy with a giant member? Wouldn't that be more impressive? I don't know. Makes no sense. I'll watch your recap. Thank you. Thank you, Jen. Just wear a corset or waist trainer during a bulk. I'm not a big believer that those prevent. If your organs are growing, from maybe a combination of growth hormone, insulin, overeating, if your organs are growing, I don't care what waist trainer or corset, it's not gonna change anything. Your gut's growing. Your midsection is getting thicker and bigger regardless. Second privilege, 3M nights for me tonight. Oh, absolutely. Please do not stay up for this. Please do not. Catch the recap tomorrow. Absolutely. Rupesh Samson shouldn't have started posing all by his own. I get it. He was trying to liven things up. He wanted to challenge the guys, and he was hoping Hadi or Derek or somebody would have joined him and done the same thing, because we have had that at press conferences in years past, but nobody took him up on it. They just sort of leaned back in their chairs and smiled at him. They're not showing anything till tonight. Kultoa Skulna. Well, I think Keone better legs shred the clear. Oh, I think their condition is pretty equal, but Keone has better shape. He's wider and he's bigger now. Keone's getting better every year. He's younger. Clarida's over 40. I'm not being ageist. I'm 55 years old, so I'm not knocking him for his age, but I think Shaun is like 43 now, 42 or 43. I think he's in his early 40s. Keone's only 29. Keone forfeiting ab and thigh shot. Yeah, he doesn't really hit an ab and thigh shot, Alberto. He hits that Serratus thing. Nick Walker. Yeah, Mike, I'm with you. I think he wins the 2025 Pittsburgh show. I'm not saying that they would pressure him into doing that show, but it's $100,000. I don't think the Arnold is enough time for Nick Walker to regroup, reset his physique, get healthy, get his head right, get his body right, and come back strong. I don't think the Arnold gives him enough time. That's early March, first weekend of March. Pittsburgh show is in May, so that gives him another March, April, almost another 3 months to work with. At least it's over 2 months. So I do think that's when we're going to see Nick again, if we see him again. I love Keone, but it's delts lack striations. Yeah, I mean, you could pick anybody apart, and he does need more striation. Sims should have been in Vegas entrenched 2 to 3 weeks before, not 4 days before stepping on stage. I think 2 weeks probably would have been perfect. Like I said, I know he likes his own environment, but Marlena cooks for him anyway. I'm sure his sponsor, Hostile and Fouad, would have gladly paid for like a residence inn type of place, someplace with a kitchen. They would have rented a car. They could have gone out and got their groceries, cooked everything would have been the same. It's just they would have been in Las Vegas rather than the UK. When Keone competed, I think he placed outside top 10. Yeah, he had one real bad year. He had a bad year. It was clear Fouad probably going to do that. Fouad is a carny. I think it's great. Well, live look. I mean, these press conferences are pretty boring overall. They're not exciting. You get kind of sleepy. Like one of the most exciting things was Shaun Ray asking that cringy, tough question, Hottie, why'd you walk off stage? Which I just took a little bit of that for a video and put it up on the channel, but you've probably already seen it. But that was like one of the only tough questions. I think it was the only really tough question anybody bothered to ask these competitors at that 2-hour press conference. You know, people are afraid to upset these guys or girls, or, oh no, I can't ask them that. But Shaun did it, and it was to me, that was the highlight of the press conference. Okay, Catherine goes, Hottie, Andrew, Samson, Derek, my picks. Well, the way Samson looked yesterday, I don't see him beating the reigning Mr. Olympia, Derek Lunsford. What about Classic, Rupesh? In Classic, well, he took 4th in his first Classic Physique Olympia when he was only like 24 years old. So 23 or 24, he was young. I think he was 23. But he has had. Samson's getting old, and he makes as much as he can while he can. I'm sure he gets bonuses. It's a business, yeah. The business of bodybuilding, as Shaun Ray. I can't take credit for that phrase. That's a Shaun Ray phrase that he originated. The business of bodybuilding. Yeah, make the money while you can, because this ain't going on. Whoa, Black Betty, Ramalama. Muscle Discord's video of him tweaking out over Samson going to the gun range was hilarious. Yeah, he went to the gun range with Marlene. They were firing machine guns, and I think one of them was eating a Desert Eagle. I didn't watch the whole thing. Again, man, you could spend all day and all night. You could spend every waking moment watching videos if you really wanted. He was salty and Arnold when Hottie was winning shots. Remember when Keone dropped out of Olympia, we heard you'll never make us mentally weak. What a turnaround. Yeah, you know, he's not shy. You know, it's people used to, especially men used to, if you had mental health issues, if you had depression, things like that, most guys felt it was a sign of weakness, and a lot of guys still feel that way. To talk about it, to admit to it, because it was sign. Men are supposed to be these. We're supposed to be these. You know, this is the way. When I grew up, and I'm old. I'm 55. We're supposed to be tough. We don't complain. You know, whatever life throws at us, we're supposed to deal with it and just carry on. We're not supposed to get depressed or upset. We're just supposed to be these, you know, like robots almost. And Keone had issues. I don't know if he went to therapy or what he did to get through it and get past it, but yeah, mentally weak guy is not your Olympia champion. So he's definitely, and he's got this locked up. Well, Simpson's move backfiring on him. He has 0 wow factor. Pull something like that. Very overrated in the comic because it's constant lobby for you. Should Giles as well? Well, Steve, people are calling Giles a Samson hater up until 2 weeks ago when we put out that Power Hour where he was very complimentary of the way Samson looked in France. But for a long time, they were calling him a hater of Samson. So you can't win. You're either on someone's jock, you're a kiss ass, or you're a hater. There doesn't seem to be anything in between. This is why I try not to be too complimentary or too insulting to anybody. Please do. Yes, add Giles. People forget how big Samson is. You know what's funny, Mike, is some people give out incorrect information, and I saw someone saying Samson Dauda is only 5'9". No. Which I know he's not. But they said Samson Dauda is lying about his weight. He's no heavier than 260. I said, dude, I've stood next to Samson on contest weekends many times now, probably about 5, 6, 7 times at least. He is not 260. He's every bit of 290 to 300, somewhere in that range. But these people, they're so convinced. Like I've had people tell me, so-and-so is 5'4" when I've stood next to them at 5'8" and they were my height. So I'm like, he's not 5'4", he's 5'8". I'm 5'7.5". I've actually lost a half inch. 142 here and 56 thumbs up. Oh, I'm dropping. I've been on for over an hour, for God's sake. Come on, Ryan, help our own channel. Thanks, man. I appreciate that thumbs up button. Appreciate that, Warhammer. I do expect to have a high turnout tonight. I'm going to stay up very late. I'm going to drink a pre-workout at like 10 o'clock at night so I can stay up super late. I will not be going to the gym tomorrow morning. Remember Krizo came out 2 years before and posed a press conference. Yeah, it was lights out. Talk about the wow factor. Walker did that. Yeah, Samson, I wouldn't have posed looking like that, especially with that arm. That arm looks like he tore the bicep, and that's a cause for concern. You know, this is a guy that's trying to win the Olympia. Dorian could do it. Dorian won with a torn bicep, but I don't know if Samson pull up. Jay had that torn bicep the last time he competed, but he was like, would they give him 4th place, 5th place that year? Let's say Samson wins Arnold 225 and they give him $500K. No way. No, Mark. I mean, I was speaking out of turn. I was talking out of my ass when I speculated that Fouad matches his prize winnings. It was actually Matt, the manager, who's always on Jay Cutler's podcast, the Cutler Cast. He corrected me in an Instagram comment, said, no. Some companies have done that. It is done by some companies, but by no means is that a standard industry practice of supplement companies sponsoring athletes to match their prize winnings. Some of them do. Like I remember when Jose was with MHP, they would do that for him, I believe. But that's, I'm talking, that was like 10, 12 years ago at least. Sebs looks 240. He's actually close to 300. He's got to be. So that girl's future 212 basic structure, fresh muscle belly's overall flow. What are they doing now? Oh, they're doing is it the Ms. Olympia that's up right now? Or is that physique? I'll show you guys in a second. Oh, they must be on, are they on, I'll go to it for a second because I can't, I'm not supposed to. I'm just going to it for like 1 second. Because you're not supposed to stream the stream at the same time. So I'm only going to show it for 1 second. So that was Natalia. Oh, I missed it. See, it's live and I can't rewind. That must have been a call out with Natalia and Sarah. All right, get out of there. Yeah, there are a couple channels that they do stream this at the same time, which is totally, you can totally lose your channel that way. Totally lose your channel. I don't want to lose my channel. I like my channel. I'm going to go soon, guys, but I appreciate you all being here. New era body will begin when we master organ shrinking technology. Well, Paul, I mean, what about all this genetic engineering? We could actually create the perfect bodybuilder like in the womb or something. Tomorrow night, maybe I'll watch my bed. Tomorrow night's even later, Jen. Tomorrow night starts, the finals for tomorrow night start at 10 a.m. our time, 10 p.m. our time. So if they go for 4 hours, which is very likely, that means the show isn't getting over till 2 a.m. our time. Tonight, the judging starts at 9 p.m. our time. I bet it's not going to get over till 1 a.m. our time tonight. Fall asleep. Ahmet, Andrew Jack, win Olympia, maybe. We'll see. Watch Kenny Wallace's show. Yeah, I have. He's very, very animated. He's the posing. He's probably the best known, most popular posing coach in the world. He's lives in Connecticut. He has an office. He has a posing studio inside that super gym in New Haven where Evan Senapani trains. Samson is scared of Andrew. Reason why I decided to do France early qualification. Maybe. Sir Romulus, that structure Jackson Bible today. I agree. Keone is at his peak. I better put that back up so you guys don't have to look at my face anymore. Last time I was in Vegas, I had to be up till almost 4 a.m. I was down at 5 entry. Yeah. Dude, I was out there, and even though it was, I was accustomed to the time, I have a hard time staying up late. So I apologize in advance tonight if I'm like punch drunk by the time it's all over. I fully expect to be hallucinating by the time that thing's over tonight. Tyler's getting your title back. Oh, I missed it, but that's good to hear. It was so hard for Mr. Jack to win. Well, he's also Giles. Giles is doing a tour with Andrew. I think it starts the week after the Olympia. They got appearances across the United Kingdom. Anyone knows Chris Zagro's feathery quads are the best quad 212 right now? I'll get footage of them tonight, guys. My bad. My bad on that. Talia's been working so hard. Charles, same. Andrew, on photo, Martin will be on the top 6. Saying we'll shred the skull. Where have we seen Andrew? I haven't seen any recent updates like a full body posing of Andrew. Yeah, Foda needs a back before you put him in the top 6 guys. Fighting for 10th, I agree. Martin Brando, Curran, Hunter, fighting for 5th through 6th. Sounds about right to be Giles. Love to see De La Rosa in the top 10. I mean, we love. Congratulations on the ALCS, Jen. I don't know what that means. Photo looks phenomenal. Let's see if he gets a fair chance. Well, Steve, his back is pretty weak compared to his front. And this is the Mr. Olympia. Steve Stokes saying some should not have done France. 21 feet tall. That's pretty damn tall, Paul. I mean, that's taller than tallest human being ever on record was 8'11" ¾ the late Robert Wadlow, who died at the age of 24. Sims doesn't lie about his weight. Yeah, he's not 260, guys. Yeah, 10 p.m. super late. I mean, for me, I'm usually my bedtime. I always try to be in bed by 10:30. Rarely am I up past 10:30. I'm a creature of habit. I'm up by 7 at the latest because it usually takes me a little while to fall asleep. But I usually go to bed at 10:30. I'm usually asleep before 11 and up at 7 or earlier. Time to go live tonight. Warhammer, I'll go live after the 212 finalists just to give the results and show some of the routines. And then I will go live for the judging for sure, but I have to wait until it's done. I'm not going to stream it at the same time because that is a violation of the pay-per-view. Some channels might get away with it. I wouldn't get away with it. They know me, and I wouldn't want to rock the boat. I wouldn't want to, basically if you're showing the pay-per-view at the same time, if you're showing it live, you're taking money out of their pockets. I just dropped $80 to buy this, 75, 80, whatever it was. And if they're missing out on thousands of people watching my video or someone else's video live, their YouTube channel, instead of buying the pay-per-view, you're costing them thousands and thousands of dollars. So they have every right to contact YouTube and at least get your video demonetized, taken down, or they can ask for your channel to be taken down. Yeah, Giles, if you've seen the pictures, let me see if I can find a good picture. I saw some close-ups of it. Wasn't it who was the best bodybuilder? Was it Sulios? Somebody had a good close-up picture of it. It wasn't him. Was it Bodybuilders Without Borders? No. I don't know who had it up. Somebody had a close-up of it. Bodybuilders Without Borders. I don't think it was them. It definitely was something. You could see that his bicep looked like it was torn. It was bruised. I can't find it right now. But yeah, there's definitely something going on with that bicep. Didn't look 290. We've seen real massive guys. Well, he's got a huge frame too, Steve, remember, but he is at least 290. He's not lying. He's not lying. Richard Times Classic guys expect to be on stage. That's tomorrow. So if you guys want the full schedule, website is MrOlympia.com. MrOlympia.com. Again, MrOlympia.com has the full schedule for everything. Classic guys are on tomorrow. They should be up first thing. So that's going to be 9:30 a.m. Pacific tomorrow, Saturday, 12:30 Eastern. The order should be classic first, then men's physique, bikini, and wheelchair. So we don't have to wait through the other divisions. So tomorrow, 12:30 Eastern in the United States. I don't know where you are. I don't assume anyone's in the U.S. Yeah, Paul's right. His left bicep, it's smaller and it's bruised. It looks like an injury to me. Yeah, those were kind of questionable wins, though, Mark. Those were like the last 2 years. Cutler took second. A lot of people thought Cutler had him those 2 years. Villegas has won MPD. Wow, great job. I love seeing people get their title back. So Jay that one time and Dexter that one time in band camp. Did Muscle Tech match contest money? I think they did. Dude, Muscle Tech gave these, they paid very, very well. They didn't ask much of their guys at all. They had to show up at a couple photo shoots, sit at the trade stand at a couple expos. And most of the rest of the time, all they had to do was eat, train, sleep, bang, play Nintendo, and got paid $100,000 to $500,000. They were all the top guys had 6-figure contracts. I think they were giving, I think Cutler got like $500,000 a year. Yeah. It looked bad to me, Giles. I mean, we'll find out tonight, but it didn't look right. Tell you, got the win. FTE, no chance. WPD. Last call out. Is that what's on now? Did I miss it again? Yeah, I'll be able to watch the stream, like rewind it and watch it when it's over. But the one thing I don't like is it doesn't let you rewind and back up on it. There should be a feature for that, but there's not. Like any of these videos, like you're watching me live, you could rewind and watch start of my video, the middle of my video. You could do that. When's next thing you need to go train? Arms tonight. It's Friday night. And time is it? It's 5 hours ahead. Oh, geez, Giles. It's 8:30 at night for you. That's too late. Watch from bed. I can't guarantee every week. Nah, don't do it, Jen. Get your rest. You don't need to stay up for this. I'm only doing it this one time. Man, you saw your hair and said, "Oh wow, yeah, my hair looks fantastic." The top doesn't look that great, but the front I'm very happy with. Peace out. Thank you for joining us, Paul. War Hadi Chupan. Sticking that on your hair looks great. Thank you. I'm just gonna get rid of this. I just want a few more banners brand. Let me get rid of that. Yeah, because I'm gonna go soon, guys. Sarah Andrew Fly C to UK. So Giles is getting Andrew exactly a week after Olympia. Giles is really hoping Andrew wins because then he's going to have the new Mr. Olympia on a tour, which would be pretty freaking great. Giles will be touring with Mr. Olympia. Yeah, if he wins, that'd be awesome. Females remove low ribbons. God. Baseball. Oh, okay. I didn't know what you were talking about, Jen. I don't follow baseball. Fitzwater shows crazy quads. I think Martin's going to be a surprise. I think it'd be as high as 5th. How much money? 212 prize. I don't know. Don't risk it. Just do the screen grab shit. Yeah, I'm not going to risk losing my channel, Paul. I mean, these other guys, I really need my channel right now. It's finally starting to do a little better. So I'm happy about that. And it's thanks to you guys. So yeah. Jen can figure this out. Totally fine. Fair use or whatever. You can't show it while it's live. It's a pay-per-view. Like, can you imagine if like a UFC big title match pay-per-view, if you streamed that live on your channel, how quick do you think UFC would have your channel gone? They would have your channel removed from YouTube very quickly. At the very least, your video would be taken down. They'd take your video down. Paul Bunyan. Yeah, I don't follow the baseball at all. Tries also Fernando. Oh, is that who showed the the close-up? Buys and tries. I do want to show that. Got to go back. They got a lot of new footage up. I don't see that either. I see the press conference video. That's all I see. Oh, wait. Here we go. Maybe. No, I thought they were going to have a close-up too. I'm trying to find a close-up of Samson's arm for you guys. And I can't find one. But anyway, yeah, not a big deal. Torn bicep or jabbed? It could be either one. I don't know. Samson both biceps look bruised and swollen. It's freshly done up. Delts were knotted up as well. It's not going to be good for Subway Series. Filler crap these guys use, not synthol. I don't know. Rather you guys fly to Cleveland to play. Oh, you're talking this baseball talk. Keone is destroying all of them. Agreed. Stuff they put in their glutes. Filler. Olympia tours with Andrew Jacked. Taylor Sharp goes Hottie, Derek, Andrew, Brandon, Martin, Hunter. Oh, Samson goes all the way to 7th place. Jeez. I don't know you, Othman, so I can't say if I can't love you. Love you long time, says Giles. Time is open is tonight, Chanel Kufuna. Far away. Judging starts tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm sorry, 9 p.m. for me in the Eastern Standard Time in the USA, and I'm assuming you're in some other country, so you're going to have to do some time conversion there. But they're not going to do the judging for the Open until they've done finals for 212, fitness, figure, and wellness. So it's going to be a while. $10. About 30 seconds. I've tried. It's too late, dude. It's too late. Legs in the morning, though, yeah. Keone's destroyed this line. Bigger, more complete, more conditioned than ever. Shaun came in looking too depleted. Shaun left it open for Carrot the Angel to take second. I still see Shaun holding on to second. I don't see those guys. Keone dwarfed Shaun. Keone destroyed all. Flawless victory. No competition for Keone. All-time favorite open bodybuilder of all time. Mine was Shaun Ray until he started bashing every athlete. I don't know, man. I was a big Lee Haney fan during his era. I was a huge Dorian fan. I was a huge fan of Flex Wheeler. I don't know. Ronnie in his reign. I don't have anyone. I don't agree with Taylor. That could be it. And new Wesley Vissers. That's tomorrow. Can't win the open division in the current state. Nah, he needs a little more size. Love to see Wesley win, of course. Andrew Jack should win if there's any smart folks in the judging panel. Boyer Co. Wow, that's a blast from the past. All right, guys. Oh, no. What happens if Ashley, Andrew, and Wesley all win? Mr. Tiger become a religion mainly. Yeah, Giles did a tour with Wesley. He did a tour with Ashley. He's got a tour coming up again with Ashley. Kelt Lassa. Whenever Shaun hits pose, the face he makes take a big dump. Oof. All right, guys. I'm going to take off. I'm going to say goodbye for now. I'll be back in a few hours with the 212 finals. And then a little bit after that, with the open judging. Do the men's open stay up or do they just nap? I don't know how long they stay. Yeah, big late. I don't know how late they stay up. So anyway, guys, thank you all so much for joining us. Come back in a few hours. If your notifications are on, you'll get that. So as I said before, please, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, help me out, help the channel, subscribe. If you like these videos, please give it a like, hit that thumbs up button, click on that. Share these on your platforms. It really helps me. Ring that notification bell so you know when we have new content, when I have new content launching on the channel. Appreciate your support, guys. It's Olympia weekend. Very exciting. Lots more to come. This is just the beginning. So talk to you guys in a few hours.